What if the sun went out for just one day? Human loves the sun when it is snowing, raining, or when they are enjoying a day on the beach. However, most of the time we crib about the heat and the rising temperature that drench us in sweat. But the brightest star is extremely crucial for the survival and existence of our habitable planet. Sun is at the center of the solar system, and its immense mass draws all the other planets in the system toward it. Since it takes 8.5 minutes for sunlight to reach the Earth, during that time the Earth will function normally even after the sun vanishes. But after that, the skies go all black as if someone just switched off the light and our Earth plunges into darkness. If you think that you will be able to differentiate between day and night with the help of the moon, then you are wrong. No sun, no moon. The sunlight is what makes the moon visible to the human eyes. Hence, people cannot see the moon since there's no sunlight for it to reflect. The same would go for the many other celestial bodies in the sky, such as planets, which we see only because of the sun's reflected light. All we can see will be the sky filled with beautiful billion stars. How beautiful, as the sunlight cannot outshine them. The disappearance of the sun will disturb the planet's ionosphere and magnetic field, resulting in disrupting the aurora borealis or northern lights. After an hour, people realize the situation, and panic settles in as the sky is dark and stars are shining in the day. The situation mentally and emotionally affects humans as the sun acts as a mood enhancer. People will also face problems regarding the communication system, especially those working on solar panels, since they will be rendered obsolete. For some while, electricity would run and the countries would light up until the power goes out for good. As per the food chain, with the disappearance of plants, the world can say goodbye to herbivores as well. Carnivores and scavengers will soon face their demise because of a lack of food and cold weather. Huge trees will survive for a couple more decades, and all thanks to their sugar storage and slow metabolism. At this time, people are desperately trying to survive by building homes to survive the cold, and they can be successful in areas where there is a lot of geothermal activity, such as Iceland. Another survival activity is to go underground, where the internal heat of the planet is more intense. Humans might also construct isolated igloos and dome-shaped structures that effectively fight off the frost. After a year, a very unhappy anniversary, the temperature of the planet will be -100 degrees Fahrenheit. At this point, the planet might host some types of bacteria that can survive, even in unbelievably cold temperatures. But other life forms, on the surface, have been wiped away, and even the top layer of the water bodies will freeze. Although the frozen top layers of the oceans would insulate the deep waters below, keeping them liquid for hundreds of thousands of years. But once the temperature falls to -400 degrees Fahrenheit, even the deep waters will freeze. At this point, there is no life surviving on the Earth. However, what happens to our beloved planet? It is the sun's gravitation pull that makes all the planets rotate around their orbit. The Earth orbits the sun at an unbelievable speed of 67,000 miles per hour, but if the biggest star stops burning, it loses its gravitational force. As a result, it can no longer keep the planets aligned to their respective orbits, and our planet will fly away in outer space at the same speed. After about 43,000 years, the Earth will be near Alpha Centauri, the closest star to us. In 1 billion years, it will have traveled 100,000 light years. That's the entire length of the Milky Way galaxy. During the journey, the Earth can collide with other celestial bodies floating in the endless universe. It can also be sucked into a black hole. After all, there are over 1 billion black holes in the Milky Way alone. All this scenario will happen only if the sun disappears, but in reality, the Earth will firmly be tied to the sun. After several billion years, the biggest star will increase in size and turn into a red giant. As a result, the sun will consume Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. 5 million years after that, it will implode upon itself, leaving behind just a tiny dense core. Hopefully, by that time, humanity will have found ways to explore and colonize other planets orbiting younger stars.